So most of you know that we did a rockathon already like a couple weeks ago, and that rockathon was to raise money for different people in the village that needed some assistance or just a little bit of help. We've all been in that situation. That's Orion talking to us. Anyway, we had so many people come out to help out that we actually had to do a second one because so many people had put their money out to have their song reviewed, but the internet kept cutting out and we had different situations. But we had already done 15 hours, so we came back for a second rockathon, and this is one of the videos from that. Again, you'll notice us getting a little bit tired, so have a little patience with us, but I think we did pretty good this time. So thanks for everybody for coming out to help out, and we were actually able to help somebody get in a situation where they were able to save their house. They didn't lose their house, and a couple other people that the stories are pretty cool. So yeah, shout out to you.
All right, let's do it. And go.
Yikes.
Fear.
Wow.
Okay, so continuing with the theme of the antinatalist stuff, which
Wow.
antinatalism is like it's immoral to bring people into the world. This seems to me to be about a guy um, in old age, and he's basically saying, "Let the flesh die. Just let the person die. Don't do anything to try to save them."
Oh,
It seems to
that's not what I
be
got from it.
what. And the reason I'm going there is because he starts off the song by saying, "A ruptured abscess, a purulent confusion, rotting flesh is all I have left. I slowly sink into my own bile, retching from the rank stench of myself." So it's just, and then starvation, a just punishment for an obscene crime. And of course, if you're an antinatalist, then the obscene crime would be existence itself.
Oh, wow.
And so now and my friend, his great grandfather decided he was done, and basically starved himself to death. And
Yeah.
he wouldn't take any of the IVs and
Yeah.
all the rest of it,
Yeah.
and he basically died. So it reminded me of that, and obviously I have a different perspective on life and death and human value, and I'm obviously not an antinatalist. And I don't believe that existence is a big crime. I think existence is the ultimate good, but I definitely communicated that little thing at the middle where it got mega heavy or whatever you want to call it. Hold on, let me try to find it. Forgot where it was. But everybody, right here. That part, everybody was like universally,
Yes.
yes. I love stuff like that. This is a good joint. Mark this song because I want to do a full review of this song at some point.
Okay.
I agree, Sarcast. I would have liked them to have really opened up. But I don't think that that's the genre, right? Like that's not their thing. I don't really think these guys are trying to make music that you like really enjoy. I think the message is more important, I think, to them than necessarily the medium. I don't think that they were trying to create something that was going to, erupt in this celebratory yes.
Yeah.
But when they did do that, when there were moments of that, obviously everybody reacted well to it. I agree also with Sarcast. This song is about probably 45 seconds too long. And it's not that I have an aversion to 8-minute songs. It's like, okay, you pretty much said what you were going to say, and you didn't say anything else, and it's continually grinding, and maybe that's the whole point, because they're trying to show you that, just like the song is 45 seconds too long, maybe they were like, well, this guy was around for 45 years too long. Maybe
Gosh.
Maybe that's what they're trying to say. I don't know. But anyway,
See, for me, that was not what this song was about. I thought that he was singing about that he had done something, because he says a just punishment for an obscene crime, which I never even thought that could possibly be the fact that he existed was his crime. But then he says a mocking memory of a memory, let the flesh die. I thought that what was going on was this was somebody that, the Sori secret shirt, maybe you're sick because of your secrets.
Right.
I thought the person was singing about how they felt because of something that they had done that they, over time, an unconfessed sin, especially if it's a ginormous grievance, is going to cause that sort of breaking down of your person. And so that's what I thought he was talking about, a ruptured abscess, especially when he got down.
What about the starvation part?
That was just, again, when you can't enjoy and take in the things around you because you're just rotting from the inside out. Miserable people are just miserable, and they just so I didn't take that as like literal starvation. I just thought it was like you have nothing good to sustain yourself on because you're just surrounded by this that you are because of what you did. And then he says my putrid body echoes of life, which then he says a mocking memory of a memory. And so I thought that it was just like his own body, even though he's like all like nasty feeling inside or whatever, like he still echoes life in there because he is still alive. And then that mocks him because there's still life inside of him even after all that, but he did something. So I thought the guy did some really scummy thing and came to the realization of what he did. That's what I thought it was.
What do you get the song?
I actually liked it, and the like sludgy sound to it kind of went along with what I was saying it was, but it would fit your interpretation as well. So I think I'm gonna go with a 9.
It's a 9.4 for me. It was a really, really, really good song. Again, this is not a song that like you enjoy, and I don't think that that's the point of the song, but yeah, it's decent enough. Okay, this is
next song is The Ttet.
The big homie, The Ttet. Hey, look, see,
what?
We have no batteries left.
Yeah, we could share.
Let's wait till the final moment to solve a problem. All right. What's the name of the song again? Is it Tony
Hold
Danza?
the Line by Tony Danza.
Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza? What?
Mm-hmm.
Tony Danza? If Tony Danza is in this band, I'm going to go crazy. Can you just get the lyrics?
Really? Babe, I'm trying.
Tony Danza Extravaganza. All right, here we go. This is for the big homie, The Ttet. And we're about to go off.
In the end, it all comes down to one word: grace. Amazing Grace by Philosophy.
We would like to take a minute to thank our family, friends, and all men and women serving in the United States Armed Forces. This song goes out to you.
Wow. Yikes. That's a sad one, too. What is with all these sad ones?
Well, I mean, don't stand in front of me. If it's me or you, it's going to be you.
It made me laugh at the beginning because it was all like nice and then it went in hard for them.
Yeah, shout out to Seven Dusted and all of our servicemen and women.
Yeah.
And everybody in the alphabet groups that did what they had to do. But, you know, it's there's a whole bunch of different ways that the burden of killing is such a terrible burden. And there's that I talk about that book, you know, required reading by Grossman, called On Killing. And it just goes through all the different things that you have to do to justify killing. And the most common one being, you know, it was either going to be him or me, which, you know, is obviously true, but doesn't really take into account that you put the guy in a situation where it was him or you.
Yeah.
In every war, somebody put those two boys in a situation where it was either going to be them or you. So it's a weird thing to like have that mentality, and even in the hood you feel like that. You know, like, you know, it's like Jay said, I told the judge didn't budge, it was him or me. You know what I mean? So you know, we've always been at war with each other since the beginning of time, and there's always going to be some justification, because most people don't like saying I'm a stone cold killer, because most people are not stone cold killers, bless God. But I don't think people understand the burden of killing and what that actually does to a person's mindset. Again, there's war. There's also, you know, wars in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy.
Kids, young kids.
Yeah. And then you look at your baby, your child. I was watching this documentary of this guy, and he was basically a hitman in Chicago, and he was running around. He was a hitter. He was going around and like doing work.
Whoa.
And dudes ran up on him, and they caught him in his part of the block, which opposition usually doesn't go in. And they caught him, and there was, you know, cell phone video of his mom running up on the scene, and she's yelling, "My baby, my baby." And of course, I'm like, yeah, your baby killed a whole bunch of other people's babies. So, you know the dude that sings Slide?
Who?
It's a real day party.
Yeah.
His brother. That was his brother. And even his brother was like, well, I mean,
wow.
Because he knew, like, you're going around killing people, fam. Like, of course dudes are going to get at you. Like, what do you mean? But at the same time, there was a day when she carried him home from the hospital and laid him in the crib and had all these wonderful, you know, just like I do with my son, you know, and, you know, if I got hit, you know, there's lots of people that could say, psh, you know, like, are you kidding me? So, you know, it's a horrible thing, man. It's a terrible thing. You're always killing somebody's baby.
I know. I think of that all the time, though.
Everybody that's ever been killed, you know, where everybody that's ever done any killing is killing somebody's baby, man. So, you know, everybody has to say, you do whatever you can do to justify it to yourself. It doesn't matter.
Whenever there's something like news or whatever where it's like somebody did something really horrible, I always think to myself, wow, that person was like a 2-year-old. They were playing with toys.
Yeah. It's a wrap. What do you give the song? It's a 9.8 for me. I know people were like, oh, it's generic metalcore, but, you know, obviously I'm going to be, you know, partial to songs like that. And I'm also, I like the end.
When he did Hold the Line, I liked that part.
Yeah, when they played all those clips. Some of those things I recognize from WikiLeaks.
They made me feel sad.
Where we...
you said 9.8?
Yeah, it's a 9.8. Where some of those were from the WikiLeaks videos where we blitzed all of those civilians.
Wow.
We killed a bunch of civilians, and then their friends came to get them medical aid, and then as soon as they showed up, blitzed them again.
Wow.
Killed everybody. But there you go. All right.
So it was a 9.5 for me.
Yep. 9.8 for Vincent, and shout out to the T. Good song. That's a song I probably listen to again, depending on certain types of moods.
Yep.
Swallow the Sun. I am very much looking forward to this song.
Why?
Because a lot of people have been talking about Swallow the Sun.
Okay.
And so we've never been able to get to it. This is one of the things I really love about this particular the Rockathon is being able to do this stuff.